What's up, guys? Hello and welcome to another Maker Monday. Sorry for this video being a little bit late coming out. It's been crazy weekend. Normally I try to film these like on Sunday or something and get them released on Monday, but today I had to do it late because I worked something fierce on my lawn and whatnot on Sunday, so I was just too tired, as well as I had to go all the way to Topeka for my work and whatnot, so I just got back, so this is going to be a little late. But in any case, we're going to jump into it. So first things first, we've got a little bit of a format going now. I'm going to start with what we got going on the channel, as well as what's up and coming, as well as I'll move into what everyone I'm sure is excited for is the showcasing of you guys' projects. That's right, it's going to be coming up. So first things first, let's talk about and get out of the way the stuff upcoming on the channel. So upcoming on the channel, we've got some different sensor videos that are coming. I'm going to be doing probably, I don't have any setting out right now, but I'm going to be doing some sensors for gas sensing. So that way you can do an automated smoke detector. I think that's going to be pretty cool, to where it'll basically just go over, we'll 3D print some parts for it and things like that, but it'll go over basically a wall plug with a USB basically, and so you'll basically just plug this into your wall outlet is the idea behind this, and that way we don't have to mess with any mains voltages or anything like that. It'll just be done in the wall wart, and then it'll have a MQ2 I think sensor, something like, I don't know, I have the sensors bought, like I said, they're over here on the desk somewhere. Any case, and it'll basically alert you through Home Assistant if it detects smoke. Also coming up this week is going to be the long-awaited Pi Arcade video, so you should be checking that out. That'll come out Thursday at around 11:45. That's kind of been my schedule. I try to do Thursdays now. Also an announcement, Maker Faire, the Wichita Mini Maker Faire, which is where I live, Wichita, Kansas. That is coming up April 26th and 27th, so not this weekend, since this weekend is Easter. It's going to be next weekend, okay? So 26th and 27th, that's Friday and Saturday, is going to be the Wichita Mini Maker Faire. And I will be there with the Pi Arcade and some of the other things, the Magic Mirror and other things that we have built. So if you're in the area or if you're around, please stop by. I would love to meet you. But check that out. If you're in the area, please come by. Like I said, I would love to see you guys. So in any case, that concludes the updates. Now we'll move on to the great part, which is our videos from you guys. So I'm going to scoot over so I can put up some pictures and stuff somewhere around in here. And let's check out some of the videos. Now, I only had 2 submissions, but that's another thing, is to submit to this, there is a link down below. And one of you guys did a really good job putting a zip file out there, putting all of your stuff, because it's just a Dropbox link, so you can put really anything out there. I'm calling for pictures and videos if you want, and both my submitters for today put in videos, which is fantastic. I love to see live, like, things working or things doing their thing, so that's fantastic. But basically, one of them just zipped all that up into a zip file and basically put just a quick little text file description of what it was and what he was doing with it and some different specs and things about it, and just zipped that all up into a zip file and then dumped it into the Dropbox link. So that would be the perfect way of submitting it, so that way I get a little bit of detail on what you're doing and what it's all about. So definitely check that link out down below. If you dump your project, pictures, video, and maybe a short description of it in a quick text file into that link down below, make sure you title it with your name so that way I can mention you. Then next Maker Monday, you will be featured, you and your project, on this channel. So definitely make sure you check out that link down below. Now, without any further ado, let's check out the 2 of you. So I've made some notes here so I can make sure I'm not misrepresenting anything. But our first video and picture submitter is going to be Martin Parker. Yay! So Mr. Martin has put together basically a couple of things, a GPIO labeling project, judging by the videos and whatnot. We'll play the videos here in a minute. But basically, with this project, you can basically set up labels for your different GPIO on your Raspberry Pi. So on your Raspberry Pi, you know how you have all those GPIOs, and we're all used to seeing the image showing, labeling which one is GPIO, which one's I2C, which one's 5 volts and ground, and all that stuff, and it's all color coded. Well, this this person has taken, Mr. Martin has taken the time to build a slick little interface that has that color-coded layout, but also has text boxes next to all of it. So that way, if you're building a specific project with the Raspberry Pi, you can type in what you've used, the different GPIOs and the different pins for. So that way it gives you a visual reference to keep track of what you've assigned where. So that way when you go back and you start coding it, you'll actually have, you know, that reference to look from. So that is actually really cool. And he has to add some pretty cool features to it as well. You can export those as a CSV file. So that way you can basically save the layout that you've done. You save it as a CSV, and then that way if you want to use it in maybe Excel or somewhere else to do other stuff with, you can with the CSV file. But not only that, it will also re-import that CSV file and basically put it back. So, and we'll get to why you want to do that, but basically so you can fill it all out, how you want to set it up, save that off to a CSV, and maybe make multiple of those if you have multiple projects, and then you can load them back in to look at it. And another reason why you'd want to do that is because he also has a screenshot ability where you can basically put that all together and then press another button and it will actually screenshot all that, so that way you could print that off. And this all runs from, you guessed it, a Raspberry Pi. It's actually pretty darn cool. He also has formulated one called the Snip Pi, is what he likes to call it. So we'll look at that here after we watch the video on the GPIO labeling project. So let's check out the video.
I've updated my Raspberry Pi GPIO Notes graphical user interface. Now we've got a key up at the very top, so you can reference what the pins are. Change the way that you do the screenshot, so now you actually choose where you want. Clear that. And you now have the capability to load projects and save. So if on my desktop, that file there, here's one I made earlier. And if I take a screenshot of that, there we go, cropped off the bottom, so it looks a lot neater.
All right, so wasn't that a pretty cool project? At least I enjoyed it. I thought that was a very helpful tool. I love simple projects like this that seem to be such a simple thing, but boy, it helps out so much when you're doing stuff. So good job, Martin. That was awesome. Second thing that he wanted to show us, Mr. Martin Parker, was the Snip Pi, like I said before the video. And basically what this is it's basically like a screen. Have you ever used GreenShot? If anybody's used GreenShot, that's a really nice application for taking screenshots or cutting out pieces of the screen or whatever to save for later in an image file. This is basically what he has done, written it in Python, and he's calling it the Snip Pi. And what it is this is a project that was created with Python that will take screenshots based on one of three different criteria. You can do a selection window, so you click selection window and then you can select any portion of your desktop or whatever, and it will snapshot that as a picture, basically screenshot only what you enclose in the window. It also does a window screenshot, so any active window that you have up, it will screenshot just that window and nothing else, so you miss the background or anything else. As well as he also has the whole desktop, so you can just screenshot the entire thing, basically like a print screen. And the cool thing about all of these different screenshotting capabilities is it does hide the cursor when it does it. So if you have the cursor sitting, you know, right in the middle of a screen like this or something, it will hide that cursor when it takes the snapshot.
Another ticket window Python GUI Snippy. So the full screen mode. Looks like a shot. Save window. Call F for now. You have to make sure it's not minimized. So bring that up. And then you select your window, no matter where you click. actual area to select. And there we are.
So good job, Martin. I really enjoyed looking at that one. That was actually pretty cool. So definitely, Martin, if you're looking, if you've got like a link to a GitHub or something where we can check that out or whatever, definitely put that down in the comments. That'd be awesome to see. All right, number 2 that we have is from Jürgen, which he's a longtime viewer and has been commenting quite regularly, so I appreciate that. I appreciate the interaction, Jürgen. So anyway, he has built something that is actually really awesome too. He's built a custom CNC router. Here's some of the pictures. I'll kind of roll through them while we're talking here. So this is a custom CNC routing machine. All right. It's got all 3D printed parts, so almost all the parts are 3D printed. It can be used for PCB milling. It can be used as a plotter or a laser CNC, like a laser cutter. It's tolerance. He gave me a few specs too. He said the tolerance is down to 0.1 millimeters. So that's really good. That's down to that's like 3D printing quality, right? So down to 0.1 millimeters is his resolution. He got into some of the cost, and it's actually a very low cost system that he's put together. He said basically totally with the 3D printing and the filament and whatnot, he said it cost about 50 euros to 3D print all the parts and everything, and about 40 euros for the motor for that, you know, as you can see in the pictures if we've gotten to it yet, the routing motor that he put in is about 40 euro, and then he even went with a 500 milliwatt laser to put in there for laser engraving and whatnot for about 75 euros. So all in all, it was about 200 euros for this project, which is pretty decent price considering probably what it can do. It looks like it has pretty good size build volume, just judging by the pictures in the video that we'll share here in just a second. It has pretty good size build volume, so for small things that you want to route out, so good job, Jürgen. I really enjoyed that. So let's take a look at the video submission that he submitted in and check out this thing in action. All right, so as you can see, seems to be working like a charm, but I like the way it all came out. I like all the 3D printed parts on that. That's fantastic. So good job. And again, if you have like a GitHub or a different spot where we can check out the different 3D printed parts, or maybe you have a Thingiverse account, definitely leave that in the comments down below. That'd be awesome. I'm sure a lot of people would love to check that out, or maybe even attempt to build it themselves. Okay, guys, now we're going to end this video with the tool of the day. So today's tool of the day is going to be a simple battery charger, but not any battery charger. This is a lithium ion charger. This one is actually a pretty slick little guy. This is the Lipo battery charger by IMAX. It is the version B6 is what this little guy is. It will charge all kinds of different lithium batteries. It'll do lithium polymer, it'll do lithium iron phosphate, it'll do lithium cobalt oxide, it'll do many different kinds of lithium batteries. And another cool thing is, a great feature is it has a balance charger. So basically you've got up to 6 cells that it can do, and it has even the balance ports on the side for the balance leads, you know, for the different cell sense leads goes into this, so it will actually balance charge on this thing. So I highly recommend this one. I'll have a link down in the description for it. It's very inexpensive. This one is the kind of inexpensive version, and like I said, they make this IMAX company makes bigger ones that can do more cells and bigger batteries and faster chargings, which basically is higher amperage. But this is basically it. Comes with its own leads and whatnot. And it's fantastic. So definitely get one of these if you're doing lots of lithium battery work. It is totally worth the little bit of money that they cost to make sure that your batteries are safe. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for contributing, and thank you guys, both of you, for submitting your videos and your projects to the channel, because that is fantastic to see others do the cool stuff that we end up doing here on the channel. I love to see you guys' work, so definitely check out that link down below. Post your projects. You have a week to do it, and I will feature it on next Maker Monday. So guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and ring that bell down below so you don't miss any of the content coming up, because we've got some cool stuff in store for you guys, and I will talk to you in the next video. We will see you next time.